This is what I look like right now, and I have to put those sandals on. I don't want to. I'm gonna do it for Jesus, though.
I started my YouTube channel 8 years ago. I was auditioning for TV, almost getting cast, but never quite making the cut.
I don't understand.
I make DIY videos, furniture painting and crafting, but I've always loved storytelling.
This is how it was before, after. And if you're skeptical, I've got nothing more to say.
And even though I'm just making YouTube videos, I am obsessed with the masters and how to tell stories in a way that will connect with people.
I wanna be more than just a pretty face.
I had watched the first episode of The Chosen a year ago. COVID had brought the world to a screeching halt, and I was looking up wondering what God was going to do.
I was made to feel holy.
I relied on my faith since I was a little girl, but I never took the time to really study the Bible or know the history and meaning behind the stories of Jesus. The entire district where my retail shop is was shut down, deserted. My busy life got a lot quieter. On Easter Sunday last year, I binge-watched the entire season 1 of The Chosen, and the Bible seemed to jump off the page. I finished all of the episodes in less than 48 hours. When you see something that you really like and you want to be a part of it and you're like, oh, pick me, let me sweep the floor. Do you want me to unpack boxes? Do you want me to paint the walls? Whatever it is that you want me to do, just let me do it because I need to be a part of this. And I never expected that God would answer that prayer. I started telling everybody about The Chosen, and I would send them the trailers, and I would send them clips, and I would post on social media.
Well, the Pharisees were pretty upset.
Sometimes you gotta stir up the water.
They're martyrs with a persecution complex.
Can you imagine watching Jesus heal someone down there?
And I was kind of discouraged because it didn't seem like anybody was watching it. Fast forward a few months later, I open up my phone, and there on Facebook, one of the people that I am friends with is saying that she was invited to be on the set of The Chosen, but she can't go. And I'm typing back, and she's like, isn't it cool that we were invited, though? How could she not go? And how did she even get invited? She private messaged me, and she told me, did I want to go in her place? I was like, yes. I remembered my prayer from 5 months ago. Hello, you asked me, and now I am answering. The Chosen was filmed in Utah, in the middle of nowhere.
Kenise is putting lipstick on while she drives.
Driving. My friend Kim watched The Chosen because of my Facebook post, and then her family donated funds to support season 2. Because of that, they were invited to the set, and then they transferred their tickets to me.
It says no visitors, production in process. I'm on the set right now, and I was just told.
You guys, this is so stinking cool.
This is Brad. He welcomed us, made us feel like friends, and let me know I could film my experience for YouTube. When Brad gave me the okay to film, I got out my camera, hoping to capture every single detail. The first thing I noticed were the inspiration boards for the costumes. It was just beautiful, rows and rows of gorgeous fabrics, sandals, and jewelry, all very first century bohemian. Mostly I wanted to know how somebody goes about telling stories in such a way that it is real. It just changed everything. It made it personal. As they took us onto the set, I was hoping to learn as much as I could about storytelling and the process behind this production that had so much meaning for me. Justin Overlander is one of the producers at The Chosen. I had a few minutes to speak with him, and I asked him how he thought this production would be different had it gone through the typical Hollywood channels. Justin spoke about the writers and their desire to tell this story accurately while creating characters that are authentic.
Somebody that doesn't believe this story, that doesn't have the connection to this story, turning it into whatever they want it to be just so they can sell tickets. We want it to be an authentic representation of Jesus, and we want it to pull people back into his love. It starts with Dallas. He and his writing partners really focus in on making them relatable. They're just people, just hanging out, having conversations, not speaking in King James English, because they lived. That's how people connect to it. Seeing traits in these people that we have in ourselves.
As I walked through the set, my desire to learn more about the storytelling process grew even stronger, and I wondered if I would have the chance to meet Dallas himself. If I did meet the director, my plan was to ask him how someone like me could tell better stories. And then all of a sudden, he came walking through that door right behind him, and I was thinking, Debbie, here's your chance. Don't blow it.
We start with the end. We look in the scriptures for these great, impactful stories, but the gospel writers didn't need to nor include all of the backstory. The gospels were essentially the greatest hits of Jesus's ministry for the purpose of illustrating that he was the Son of God. This miracle happened, and then he walked over here and this miracle happened. We start with that, and we know we've got to earn that moment and make it as impactful as possible. What are the things that would lead to this moment that would cause massive life change? Episode 2 of season 1 was about the before of Nicodemus and the before of Mary Magdalene and the before of Simon. So the storytelling principle of I was this way, but God entered in, and now I'm this way. That's a 3-act storytelling structure that has been around from the beginning of time. It just wasn't labeled in a spiritual sense, but it's what we've been following for The Chosen, and it's what I think applies to any kind of storytelling.
I just met Dallas. It is awesome, you guys. I want to get some photos of some of the up close, but this is the pool.
After that, we continued walking through the sets. There was so much beautiful detail, things that you don't normally notice during the episodes that I wanted to capture on film. Do you recognize this from season 1? These were from the wedding scene, what they were drinking the wine out of, and I am holding one right now. I told you about Brad at the beginning. He's one of the marketing directors for The Chosen. I just love this kid, and I wanted to ask him a few questions.
The fans of the show, what can they do to help?
Oh man, well, if you've got a love for the gospel, this show is the easiest conversation piece. It's going to take a lot of times of mentioning it, even the best TV show, to somebody before they'll finally decide to watch it. Keep bringing it up. It'll take your friends a minute to get there, but once they do, they'll tell you, why didn't you tell me sooner? Kept telling people about the show, kept trying. I couldn't get anybody, even my family, I couldn't get anybody to watch it. And it was hard, man. We worked really hard. My favorite thing is contrasting that from last Thanksgiving when the app released and now over 60 million views. All these people I couldn't get to watch before, they're coming back to me and say, why didn't you tell us about this? I did. You wouldn't watch it.
From the time I interviewed Brad to now, the show has gone from 60 million views to 170 million views. We had to be very quiet on set because they were filming. I was really hoping to meet some of the actors and watch them film a scene. While we were there, they were filming episode 4 of season 2. If you watch the show, you may recognize a lot of the set. I just wanted more. I just wanted to be a part of something that was that good because this had meaning and purpose behind it. As the sun began to set, we were told that we might be able to watch some of the filming. I had filmed so much, I had a little bit of battery power left, and I was hoping that I would have enough to capture some of the best part of the day. And this is me freaking out a little bit. My camera's not in focus, and there's weird lighting, and I'm just freaking out because there's Matthew, John, and Jesus. They took some photos with us and told us how hours of shooting equal just a few minutes on camera.
20 hours of shooting is like a second.
Yeah, probably.
It's not much, but it's so weird.
If all the action, I think maybe it's about a half a page to a page of script. It's about a minute, half a minute to a minute. So a page of script is about a minute of film or footage. So it ends up being 5 or 6 minute scene.
Long. Yeah, this one was, it's getting cold.
As they said goodbye, we were told that they were going to start shooting a scene at the Pool of Bethesda, the part where all of the extras are fighting to be the first one in the water to get healed.
I'll get you home when you are tired.
I didn't know it at the time, but I was about to watch the filming of one of my favorite scenes this season.
As soon as you see the bubbles, beelining for the bubbles. Right, so we are getting in the water again, everybody. But I'm just going to call action. That's just so you're on camera. You're not going until you see bubbles, okay?
Remember, no one's going until they see bubbles.
All right, and action.
For me, this scene is about how we can get paralyzed, chasing after things that have no value. When Jesus says to the paralytic, "Take up your mat and walk," it was as if Jesus said to me, "Do what I've put in front of you, and don't be distracted by what is out of reach."
I'd rather be known than keep it inside. Oh, get you home, never leave.
As I left Utah, I didn't know that there was more to the story and that I would get to be an extra in the season finale. But that is a story for another video. I'll leave you with a few teasers, but if you want to know more, you've got to watch The Chosen.
Here we go. How you feeling? It's cold. Freezing. It's really cold. It's super cold. This feels like the first century Woodstock experience. Yeah, Kim?
Yes, it's definitely the first century Woodstock.
I'm expecting Fleetwood Mac any minute.
For everyone, the last 12 months have been hard, and like the believers in the first century, I find myself looking up and waiting for our Messiah to come back and fix things.
Be not dismayed, for I am thy.
I could relate to John the Baptist in the last episode, getting impatient with Jesus and knowing that what was coming next would be historical, but not easy.
Taking all this time, telling all these stories, I must confess, I'm eager for you to get to the point.
Look, I'm going to tell stories that make sense to some people, but not to others. And that's just how it's going to be.
Just like John and Jesus, we are about to watch unfold something that we have been waiting for over 2,000 years.
Do you feel ready?
I'm always ready to do my Father's will. But that doesn't make it easy.
When you're going through darkness and you're asking why would God seemingly ignore all the injustice in this world, and you want to lose faith, don't miss it, because He's right there, and He knows your personal story. All you have to do is come and see.
Out of him!
Yeah! Ring your bell now, hear the swell now. The Christ is come, a child our King.
You can watch all the episodes of The Chosen for free on their app. I'll put the link below.
Your torch now.
We just got to the mount. It is 30 degrees. It's freezing, and apparently we're going to be filming till sunset. I am going to have to pray my way through this because it's hard. That guy up there on the stage said, everybody put on your sandals.